Okay. And so I guess my last question is, so when you think about your parenting and your own relation to your parents, how you were raised, do you ever follow any advice in your parenting? Do you read books, or do you parent instinctively? Do those ideas just come to you naturally?
I would say both. Especially while I was pregnant, I read loads and listened to loads of podcasts, all that, becoming a parent, excitement, and thought about a lot of stuff. And then I have a list of books that I want to read, but I also try and do things that I'm comfortable with, that make sense, for us, as a family, that fit my personality, the type of person, type of parent I'm going to be. I'm not, I've tried to do loads of different things, and sometimes you just think, I'm putting so much effort into this, and it's really isn't me. I'm never going to stick with it. Like, what's the point of this? But there's I want to read the book. It's like the book you'll wish your parents had read. I've heard such good things about that. And it's the person I told you about earlier, when I messaged you, Shalene Johnson. Yeah. She once said, she's talked loads about parenting stuff, and she once said the most important job once you have a kid, the most important job you're gonna have is being a parent to that child or children. You're never going to do anything that's more important, because the way you are as a parent is going to affect their lives forever. And she said, and people put so much effort into researching and studying things that don't matter, like for a geometry test or something like that, but they don't put effort. They don't learn everything that they can about parenting and parenting philosophies and psychology behind kids' behaviors and things like that. And that sticks with me. And so I always want to be learning, and even be learning about things that I don't think that I wouldn't agree with necessarily, because there might be some interesting science behind certain things that make you think about, or makes you realize how much you absolutely don't want to go down that route, and could help you realize when you are doing things, but especially things that will help you become a better parent. So I try and mix everything. Really.
Oh my God, that's great. It's fantastic that you mentioned that book. I keep wanting to talk about it. The book that you wish your parents had read.
And your kids will be glad you did.
You did. Like exactly. It was a major bestseller last year. I listened to its audiobook, and because I am quite an aware parent, I knew quite a lot of things there, but still it is so eye-opening. And I wish people who are kidless, they don't have children, that they read it, because it's so important to understand, even from a perspective of a person who, is around children, and how, we develop as humans, and being aware of that. And people maybe would be more kind and more understanding of, exactly. Because, I feel that there is, we lack awareness. We don't do enough to prepare ourselves. There are no courses on parenting before we get pregnant. Everybody just thinks that we can wing it. And, in most cases we just do, and we're fine. But I find it also quite important that we do whatever, the best we can too, because it has such a big impact on somebody else's life. Our kids.
Yeah, absolutely. And when one of her podcast episodes, and Shalene made that comment, I just thought that is so, so true. It's never, I don't think I'd ever, and I heard this long before I was even considering having a kid, and it's always stuck with me. And I think I started reading stuff about parenting from then. So I've probably done more research. I maybe follow more advice than I realize I do, just because I did become so fascinated by. Yeah.
That's so good to have something like that. And then you're like, you realize, that's actually super important, more important than bloody arts and crafts or anything else. I mean, if you like arts and crafts, you can do arts and crafts as well.
I mean, I don't mind arts and crafts. I was a kindergarten teacher in Taiwan for a couple of years. I love that. But doing arts and crafts with a 4-year-old who understands things and you're having conversations with is different than going through all the trouble of setting something up for an 18-month-old who will throw it over the table and then laugh. And it will be kind of funny, but it will be so much extra work. And then it'll be over.
It's not worth it. I mean, there are the memories, but let's be honest. Exactly. Okay. This was a fantastic chat. It went into places that I didn't think it would, but it's amazing. Great that we talked about so many important things as well today about raising girls. I guess it's a topic for just another whole episode. But I'm not an expert because I don't have a daughter, so I might ask someone.
I can tell you, when you're talking about how letting Leon play with different things being a boy, I was thinking, Campbell's favorite toy that we have for her is a tool bench that Ben's grandparents got her for Christmas. But also she's always holding her baby doll while hammering stuff on this tool bench. She absolutely loves it. That's the best image. And I thought, I'm doing the same thing. We're doing this similar as well.
That's amazing. Exactly. Just the other, I know what you mean. Take a picture of that, please. That would be amazing to see.
I will do.
Great. Okay, lovely. Thank you so much, Gillian.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing. It is quite brave to talk about personal stuff and your own parents and things that sometimes are just possibly still a little bit hurtful or whatever, difficult for any reason. So thank you for that. Guys, thank you so much for being here again. I hope you enjoyed the chat. We're going to leave, I'm going to leave links to the resources we talked about. I'm going to leave a link to Charlene's Instagram account and an Amazon link to the book that you wish your parents had read. That's literally the title, which makes it funny, but that's the book, which we both really recommend. And thank you so much. Hope we gave you enough to reflect on. And I'm going to see you next week for another little monologue from me and then another lovely interview. So in 2 weeks' time, that's quite exciting, guys. I'm talking to a wonderful, lovely lactation consultant, a lady who helped me tremendously. We're going to talk about different aspects of breastfeeding, but also generally baby care and bottle feeding, and I'm hoping it will be a really interesting chat for whatever kind of parent you are and whether you chose to bottle feed or breastfeed. It's still going to be quite interesting. So stay tuned. Thank you very much again. Please subscribe to my podcast. Please rate it on Apple Podcasts. Share it with friends, family, and strangers as well. Thank you again. Have a lovely, lovely week, and I'll see you very soon. Thanks, Gillian. Do you want to say bye to everyone?
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.